I love a good chocolate chip cookie. And this is what I make when I want a gourmet bakery style chocolate chip. Rich chocolate, little flaky salt on top, and just the right size. Delicious. And today I'm going to show you just how I make them. Let's get started. These cookies cook up thick, soft in the center, full of chocolate flavor, and they have that bakery style look, taste, and texture. And if that sounds like your kind of cookie, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like and share this video. It really helps to grow the channel. So I will take you through our ingredients now. For the dry ingredients, we have flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and cornstarch. The wet ingredients are our eggs and our vanilla. And we're going to cream together our butter and 2 types of sugar. Some soft brown sugar and some granulated sugar. We've also got some flaky sea salt that we're going to use to finish our cookies, along with some really dark chocolate, 85% cacao, that we're going to shave and just sprinkle over the top when they come hot out of the oven. The first thing we're going to do, as I said, is cream together our butter and sugar. So I'm going to add our butter now, softened, room temperature, to our stand mixer. And to that, we'll add our sugars. So in goes the brown sugar, and then the granulated sugar. And we're going to just blend this now until that becomes very smooth, combined, and lightens in color and becomes fluffy, because that's really important to get our texture. So while that's going, I'll attend to our dry ingredients. So I'm going to add our cornstarch, there's all that, our baking soda, our baking powder, and our salt. And I'm just going to use a whisk just to combine those so it distributes evenly through the dry ingredients. There. So we'll just check on our butter mixture. And if at any point you need to stop and scrape down the sides, then you should do that. Now with this particular paddle blade I don't have to do that. So I'm just going to let that continue until it's the color and texture we're looking for. Speed that up just a little bit. It's looking pretty good now. It's changed color, it's lightened considerably. And that is the texture we're after. So I'm just going to turn that off. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to add our eggs. We're going to add them one at a time, 2 whole eggs, and then the yolk of a third. And that yolk is important because it gives us that kind of texture and mouthfeel we're looking for, that little extra bit. So I'm just going to add these one at a time and beat them in slowly. There's our first one. And once that's incorporated into our butter and sugar, we'll add the next one. And I'm going to use my little slide just to make sure I get it all in there. Second whole egg. While that's blending, I'm going to separate the yolk. That's fully combined, and now we'll just add our egg yolk. And there. The next thing we're going to do, add our vanilla. It's 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and just combine that. Okay, really simple. The next thing, I'm just going to add part of our flour. We're looking for a very thick batter. So I'm just going to add that little by little. Helps avoid making a mess, let's hope. I'll do that very slowly. There you go. And I'm just going to mix that just until it's combined, like that. And then I'll add another third. Doing this in about thirds. I find that works easiest. Okay. And just until that's combined. And again, if you have to stop and scrape down the sides of your bowl and the bottom to make sure you get all of it, do that. You could also use a hand mixer, or you could do this by hand, of course. And that's the last of our dry ingredients. Just combine that. And now we're going to remove this from the stand mixer, and then we're going to fold in our chocolate chips. I should mention we have 2 types of chocolate chip. About 55% cocoa version, so still a sort of semi-sweet chocolate chip, and then a more bittersweet chocolate chip, which is about 70%. So that combination will ensure we get that sort of richness and interest in the cookie in terms of its chocolate taste. I have been looking forward to making this recipe to share with you, and these are certainly cookies that are worth sharing. And the easiest way to do that is actually to share this video with your friends. If you would do that, I'd really appreciate it. Okay. Now, set that over here. And just so you can see that, and there's nothing on the bottom. We've got our nice, thick cookie dough, and it smells good already. So just all at once, it's a cup each of our chocolate chips. We're just going to fold those in with a spatula to combine it. Couldn't be simpler. Get the final bit of those chocolate chips at the bottom, combined. And now I am going to cover this, and then I'm going to put it in a refrigerator. To shape these, I'm going to use an ice cream scooper, a small one. But I want this chilled first because that really helps get that bakery style look we're after. So I'll cover this and into the fridge 30 minutes or overnight if you can. And then we'll put these on a parchment lined cookie sheet ready to go into our moderately hot oven. And we'll watch them. The way they look is more important than the time. We want to see that soft center still there while the edge firms up. We want them thick because we want that chewy, rich bakery texture and flavor. It's now time to shape our cookies. I've got our chilled dough, and I'm just using the scoop, and I'm just going to shape those and put those on our parchment paper. I'm not going to press them down, and I want them roughly the same size. And I'm going to give them room to spread. So I'm going to just do a few to start to see how we get on. And then we'll do a second batch. So get these on our tray. And I may just pop them back in the fridge just to make sure they stay good and cold. In fact, let's just do that. I think that's a really good idea. Time to get our chilled cookies into the oven. 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. And we're going to watch them. 12 to 15 minutes, but the visual is more important than the time. When we see the edge is set, the center is still soft, we want to pull them out. Let's do it. And that just looks perfect. So the first cookies have come out of the oven. I've hit them with some of the dark chocolate and just sprinkled a bit of salt across the top. And they'll have to cool, and then we will taste them. But first, I will get on and finish baking the rest of our cookies. I finished baking our cookies. They've cooled, and now it's time to taste them. I mean, they just look amazing. And I want you to just really see how delicious this is on the inside. Oh, just breaks apart beautifully. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's just beautiful and thick. Exactly what you want in a chocolate chip cookie. The richness, the flaky salt just brings out those chocolate pieces, that richness. Crispy on the edge, but still moist. Slightly warm. Absolutely the gourmet bakery cookie you're looking for. Well, thank you for joining me today at Gary's Urban Larder. If you enjoyed today's recipe, please give us a thumbs up. Remember, subscribe to the channel, it's free. And ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single delicious recipe. And finally, please share this video with your friends. It helps to build our community. And if you see a hype button, please hype me. It really does help the channel out. Well, until next time, bye-bye. Oh, I've got cookies to eat. Oh my goodness. It's definitely goodness. Oh.
is so good. Honestly.